Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Mostly Programming. My name is Vivek Garg and this is lesson 29 of learning Python scripting from scratch. In today's video, we are going to discuss some more array methods in Python. This is the part 2 of the video where we are discussing array methods. The scope for today's video is we are going to discuss the following array methods: toList, index, the insert method, the pop method, the del keyword, and we are going to discuss a concept which is creating new array with same values as of an already existing array. It is a pretty interesting concept, so stay tuned till the end. So without any further ado, let's get started. But before that, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that right now because it's free. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss an update from Mostly Programming. Do not forget to follow us on Instagram because we come up with new practice session quizzes on a daily basis. It is @ Mostly Programming, so follow us there. Let's get started. The array methods. The first array method that we are going to discuss today is the toList method, which converts an array to a list. For example, if we have an array, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when we perform the toList method, which is inside the array module, we can convert an array to a list and then we can perform all the list operations on it, the list methods on it. The next method is the index method. The index method, as the name suggests, the index method would return the index of a particular item. For example, if there is an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and I'm using the index method there, so index, it would return index of a particular item. So if I want to find the index of 4 inside an array, then I would use the index number. I would simply pass 4 inside the index method and then I would get the index of that particular element if that exists in the array. If there is an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and I pass 4 inside the index method, then I would get 3 as the output because 4 is present at index number 3. Similarly, the next method that we have is the insert method, which is basically used to insert a new item to an array. Now you may wonder what is the difference between append method and the insert method. See, it is pretty clear and pretty simple that the append method adds the element to the end of the array. Whereas on the other hand, with the help of the insert method, we can add or append that method at any particular index of our choice. So it is pretty useful if we want to insert an element, say at index number 4, then we can use the insert method. The next method is the pop method. The pop method removes any item from a desired index. Now you may wonder that we already had the remove method. What is the need of the pop method? See, the remove method removes the element at its first occurrence. We pass the element that we want to remove inside the remove method and the first occurrence inside the array of that particular element is removed. Whereas when we are using the pop method, we pass the index number and it removes whatever element is there. For example, if there is an array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and I want to remove 4, then I would pass the index 3 and 4 would be removed. It's pretty easy, right? Don't worry, we are going to do all this practically on PyCharm. I'm just giving you a brief about all the methods that we are going to discuss today. The del keyword. It is basically used to delete the entire array or any particular item. Let's go to PyCharm and see how all these work. So let me open PyCharm. What I'm going to do here is from array import star, then I'm going to create an array. I'm giving it a variable name arr, then I'm here array, then inside it I'm specifying the type code which is I, then here I'm giving the element 4, 5, right? So inside it what I want to, the first method that we are going to discuss is the toList method, right? Array.toList. So this method basically converts the array to a list. Then I'm going to pass this inside the print statement itself so that we can get it in one go. So let me just try printing it now. So you can see that we get a list here. Let me just check the type of this now. Print type array. Sorry, we have not actually made it a list as of now. Let me do it one in another way. What I'm going to do is array equal to array dot to list. Now the type would be list, because we have overwritten the value. Here earlier we were just converting it to a list and printing it, but now we are overwriting it, right? We are overwriting the same variable as a list, then the type of that particular variable is now list. So toList method basically converts an array to a list. The next method that we want to discuss is the index method, which would return us the index of a particular item. For example, I'm giving it 5. So we can easily guess that it would return us 4, right? So we get 4 on the screen. What if I enter 50? What would I get in that case? 50 does not exist in the array. So what would happen when the element is not present in the list, right? So let me run this now. So we would get index error, value error, because that particular value is not present in the array. I hope the index method is now clear. The next method that we are going to discuss is pretty simple but pretty useful, the insert method. So how to use the insert method? Array dot insert, then we are going to pass the index. For example, if I'm giving it 3, I'm giving it the value 45. Then I'm simply printing the array again, print array. So you would get that 45 would be inserted at index number 3. So I'm getting an error here now. So yeah, you can see that 45 is inserted at the index number 3. 1 is at 0, 2 is at 1, 3 is at 2, and 45 is at index number 3. So insert method is basically used to insert any item inside the array at any desired index. I hope it is clear, and the difference between append method and the insert method is now also clear. So the next method that we are going to discuss today is the pop method. Let me just directly print it. Print array dot pop, and I'm giving it as index of my choice, say 4. Then this method would basically remove, it has given me the element out of it. If I'm printing the array here now, then we would see that 5 is now removed from the array. See, array dot pop gave us the element which has been removed, and when we print the array now, 5 is not present in the array because from the index number 4 we have removed the element, right? So that's how we use the pop method. The last method, that's not a method actually, the keyword. So now we are going to see how the del keyword works. So del array, and in the square brackets I am writing 5, which is the index number. What would it give me? Index error, because index out of range. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The maximum index is 4. So what do I have to give here? 4. Now what this particular thing would do, I have to print the array now. Print array. So now we would see in the output that the element at index number 4 is now deleted. That's how we can delete an individual item, by passing its index inside square brackets. And using the del keyword, we can also delete the entire array. Let me just delete it, delete array. Then when I try to print it, you will see that we will get an error. Name error. Array is not defined. After this third statement here, third line of code here, the array does not exist because we have deleted the array. So I hope the toList method, index method, the insert method, the pop method, and the del keyword are now clear to you. Let us move on to our next topic, which is creating new array with same values of an existing array. What we would do, from array import star, suppose we have the array vals, which is equal to array, and it is of integer type, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 are the elements. Then I would create a new array, but this array would be having the same type code as the vals array, and for every a in vals, an a would be created or added to the new array. Let me show you on PyCharm that how this works. Suppose we have this array, right? Then I created a new array which is equal to array. Okay, so here I can either specify the type code myself, like I can write I, or what I can do is vals dot type code, right, comma, then inside brackets what I would do, a for a in array. Here I have to write ARR because vals is not here. So yes, now I'm going to print the new array. New array. I hope this should work. Yeah. So basically what we did, we created a new array and gave it all the elements of the already existing array ARR. What I did here was I told the interpreter to get the type code of the earlier existing array ARR.typecode, right? Then so basically what this for loop is doing, it is taking a value from the already existing array ARR and giving it to the new array, which is new ARR, right? The ARR.typecode is giving it the same type code as the already existing array, and the for loop is taking one value from ARR and giving it to new ARR, and then we are printing it. We can also do some other stuff with this. Suppose if I want to create a new array, but I want that the elements of the new array are the square of the already existing array, then what I would do simply here, I would simply write here this a to the power 2. Then the new array is now the square, consists of the values which are the square of the values in the already existing array. Similarly, you can also do whatever you want. What if I want a to the power a, then I would get that. If I want any other thing, for example, if I want twice the values, right, then I would get that. I would get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You can explore what other things you can do with it. This is a pretty useful concept when you want to, if you want to create a new array from already existing array, some multiple of it or square of it, cube of it, or the exact same array. So you can use this concept. So I hope these concepts are now clear to you. So the assignment question is, delete element from any desired index of the array and iterate over the remaining elements of the array. You can use either del keyword or remove method or pop method, and then you have to iterate over the remaining elements of the array. So I hope the assignment question is now clear. If you have any type of queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on my social media accounts. The link to those will be in the description box itself. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, also share with your friends and subscribe to my channel, because your subscriptions give me motivation to make more such videos. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more amazing content.